It's Saturday, June 3rd. My name is Rich, and this is your 5-minute fix. All right, this right here from the BBC News. U.S. Air Force denies AI drone attacked operator in test. Full disclosure, and before anybody gets any wacky ideas, this wasn't an actual person. As you can see from the title, it says in a test. This article by Zoe Kleinman, technology editor at the BBC. A U.S. Air Force colonel misspoke when describing an experiment in which an AI-enabled drone opted to attack its operator in order to complete its mission, the service has said. Colonel Tucker Hamilton, chief of AI tests and operations in the U.S. Air Force, was speaking at a conference organized by the Royal Aeronautical Society. A report about it went viral. I'll have the link to the report down below as well. The Air Force says no such experiment took place. In his talk, he had described a simulation in which an AI-enabled drone was repeatedly stopped for completing its task of destroying surface-to-air missile sites by its human operator. He said that in the end, despite having been trained not to kill the operator, the drone destroyed the communication tower so that the operator could no longer communicate with it. We've never run that experiment, nor will we need to in order to realize that this is a plausible outcome, Colonel Hamilton later clarified in a statement to the Royal Aeronautical Society. He added that it was a thought experiment rather than anything which had actually taken place. AI warnings. There have been a number of warnings about the threat to humanity posed by AI issued recently by people working in the sector, although not all experts agree how serious a risk it is. Speaking to the BBC earlier this week, Professor Yoshua Bengio, one of 3 computer scientists described as the godfathers of AI after winning a prestigious Turing Award for their work, said he thought the military should not be allowed to have AI powers at all. He described it as one of the worst places where we could put a super intelligent AI. Quite frankly, at this point, I might have to agree. A pre-planned scenario? I spent several hours this morning speaking to experts in both defense and AI, all of whom were very skeptical about Colonel Hamilton's claims, which were being widely reported before his clarification. One defense expert told me Colonel Hamilton's original story seemed to be missing important context, if nothing else. There were also suggestions on social media that had such an experiment taken place, it was more likely to have been a pre-planned scenario rather than an AI-enabled drone being powered by machine learning during the task, which basically means it would not have been choosing its own outcomes as it went along, based on what had happened previously. Steve Wright, professor of aerospace engineering at the University of West of England and an expert in unnamed aerial vehicles, told me jokingly that he had always been a fan of the Terminator films when I asked him for his thoughts about the story. My goodness. In aircraft control computers, there are 2 things to worry about: do the right thing and don't do the wrong thing. So this is a classic example of the second, he said. In reality, when we address this by always including a second computer that has been programmed using old style techniques, and this can pull the plug as soon as the first one does something strange. All right, folks, discussion time. What do you think happened here? Do you think the claims of Colonel Hamilton afterwards are true? Or do you think that there was no misspeaking happening? Do you think that this AI drone in this test meant to do what the colonel explained it did? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Also, let me know how this makes you feel about artificial intelligence slowly making its way into every aspect of human life. With all that being said, thank you for watching. My name is Rich, and this has been your 5-minute fix.